And Tristan, you probably didn't know this, but we're onboarding between 17 and 22 people a month. Our roster now is at 645 total.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah. So
when did that happen?
It's overnight. We've just been crushing it. So we've been doing this now for 7 years. We probably hired more than 1,000 and let go of or lost, plenty since then. But our current roster today is 645. And we're shooting for between 900 and 1,000 by the end of the year. We've really ramped up our recruiting.
All right. So what's made the biggest difference? Is it that you streamlined the process, or is it something else? It is a combo. What is that?
It's a combination, because anytime you're trying to grow and scale a business, what worked for you in the beginning, your greatest strength in the beginning may become your greatest weakness. So for example, if you yourself are taking all of the recruiting meetings, you're going to bottleneck yourself at some point, and that's really what's going to hold you back. What grew you in the beginning will eventually hold you back unless you can scale it. So for us, we had to look at recruiting a couple different ways. We had to break it into sections. What really goes into recruiting? There's a marketing component to it. There's a direct dial component to it to have conversations. There's a recruiting appointment component to it. Yeah. There's actually an influence component to it, because if they don't know who you are, if you don't have the right influence, and you can call all day long, I don't even know who you're calling about. So you have to be visible. There's a visibility component to it. True. And then there's a follow-up. One of the most crucial pieces is a follow-up component. When somebody meets with you, you'd be surprised how many people lose contact very quickly, and that opportunity goes away. So it's almost like any other lead generation tactic. You have to figure out, is somebody ready to buy a house tomorrow? That's a different action plan than somebody that's waiting 6 months before they're going to do something. But it's in that 6-month action plan that there's so much lost opportunity if you don't have systems. So what we've done in recruiting is we put a lot of systems behind that follow-up.
All right, so let's talk about that, because I'm assuming that the follow-up, that system, that process that you have involves VAs, right?
It does. And I'll tell you, the original outreach involves VAs. So if you think of it in a layered approach, we're going to have everything from Facebook marketing going out to the agents. So we're going to collect a group of agents that we feel will align with based on their production and experience. We're going to say, this is our target of 1,000 or 2,000 agents. We're going to have email campaigns in there. We're going to have Facebook retargeting in there. We're going to have stuff on Instagram. We're going to have stuff on YouTube. So, basically, wherever you look, you're going to see our stuff. In fact, this is kind of a funny story. We one time had a recruit that called us, and this is, it just kind of makes me laugh. Maybe you'll get where I'm going with this. He calls us and he says, I was on the toilet today playing solitaire, and there's your retargeting video. Like, everywhere I go, I can't escape you guys. I just need to join you everywhere I look. So basically, it's that omnipresence. We try to create that. So the second piece to it, and this is where the VAs really come in too, because the VAs can help with some of the marketing, but they really come in handy when you've got a great system for VAs to call directly, because that's a lot of labor. It's a labor-intensive job. You got to have somebody making a lot of dials. And I think people overcomplicate and overthink this part, Tristan, because we coach a lot of people. You probably know this too. Long and I are both coaches with Club Wealth, and we've got brokerage coaching clients and large teams that we coach as well. But people struggle with this next piece. They're afraid to put a VA on the calling, because they're like, well, we're from Ohio. The VAs doesn't sound like they're from Ohio. They're not going to be well received. And that's absolutely the wrong way to think about it. The fact is, our VA callers are so good at what they do, and we don't overcomplicate the scripting. Legitimately, the more complex you make it, because complexity kills growth, it has to be simple. The scripting for us is so easy. It's literally something like, hey, so our CEO, Long Doan, is out networking. They're doing a series of networking meetings this week. Is there a time this or next week that we can meet with Long for networking? It's that simple. And people overcomplicate it. They overthink it. What if I don't say the perfect thing? What if my VA doesn't know exactly what to say? That's okay. It's about the number of touches that VA creates, because there's going to be opportunity in there.